Okay, hey guys. So welcome to my dining room. I know the setup's a little different today. Oh, I feel like that's better. We're gonna get ready for a new week. It is the 14th, which means tomorrow is an auto ship. We'll talk about that here real quick. But first, like we always do, we are going to kick off with our rate of run. So on your second device, hopefully you have a second device with you. If not, follow along to what we're doing, maybe take some notes, and then you'll be able to do this later. You're gonna get into the cloud. Let's get my glasses on. You're gonna get logged in just to that very main, just the main page of the cloud, the front page, whatever you want to call it. We're not going into the menu or anything like that. You're going to scroll down to where you see business snapshot, and you're going to click that gray bar so that it drops down for you, and scroll a little further. And then under qualifications, you're going to see a current QV. That's going to be a dollar amount. That dollar amount is what you and your team have done so far in the first 14 days of the month. So what we're going to do is take that dollar amount and we're going to divide it by 14 so that we can find out how much you and the team are doing on average on a day-to-day basis. Now, that much smaller number that you just created by dividing it by 14, you're going to multiply that by 31 because we're going to take your daily average, and we have 31 days in August. So we want to see if you keep going at the rate you're going, where are you possibly going to end the month? Now, when you look at that number, there's lots of emotions that could happen. One could be, holy crap, I've never had a month that great in my life. I'm so excited. Or another one could be, holy crap, I've never had a month that low. What am I going to do? Either way, it's just a guideline. It's to help you. You're at the midpoint of the month. You have plenty of time to turn things around. I have seen people turn things around in 24 hours that some people won't even attempt to do in 31 days. So you still have a little over 2 weeks of this month to keep crushing it. As a matter of fact, tonight you still have the opportunity for the August rush. I was going to call it crush. The August rush is still happening until 11:59 tonight. I don't encourage you to wait till 11:59 p.m. Eastern, but you do have until 11:59 Eastern. So, and let me just remind you guys, that can be used for new or existing customers or promoters. So basically it's for everybody under the sun. You can use line items, or if you are an existing promoter and you love a good double, triple promo where you get that rebate back and you get such a great deal. They haven't had that in a little bit, but they have been doing this $200 and $400 with the free shipping and the free product. So please keep in mind, we broke this down on the team the other day. If you were to order the $400 pack, you would get the 3 boxes of capsules, 3 boxes of mix, 2 DFTs, plus your free item. And the free item that you get now with the $400 pack, they have lots to pick from. Form is even in there as a free item, and that's like a $46 product, I think. So you get that full size with that up to $46 free item. Then on top of that, you get a bottle of Balance and a bottle of Sculpt, and you're getting free shipping, and you're getting $100 in credits to use on your next order, and or your case, pass down to build your business. This is actually a really good deal, especially as a promoter talking to other promoters or people who might want to promote, because a lot of times when we're doing double, triple, we're just taking our extra commission and giving it back. In this case, the company is giving so much for free that I don't feel the need to offer my money back to anybody. I'll take the standard commission and we'll run with it. It's also still a good deal on the 200 pack. When you order the 200, you can get it with 1 capsule, 2 shakes, 1 DFT, and you get $10 in free credits. That's already not free. It's $10 in credits, basically a rebate. You get all that. Plus on top of that, you get the Balance and the free shipping and credits. And I forget how much the credits are, I'm blanking, but you all have the email. So either way, it's a really good deal, but it's a really great deal on the $400 pack. So just think about that. You get the 3 full-size free items, free shipping, which you guys, shipping is insane. So free shipping gets me excited. And then the $100 in credit. So it's actually a really good deal. So anyway, just plugging that because I know we just have a few more hours left to take advantage of that. Not only to help other people take advantage of, but for us personally to take advantage of that. Also real quick, if you have a husband or a child who has a promoter account under you, remember to order it as them so that you make the commission on that. Don't order it as yourself. Okay. Anyway, don't share that with the company that I told you that, but you all know that, you all get that. Okay, so we've done our rate of run and the dog's already barking, so hopefully you can't hear him too bad. I want to move forward into this upcoming month, or not month, week. And what I want to share with you guys is some insider scoop from my squad that I have in our boot camp. We have been doing a daily challenge where I've asked the 12K and up leaders of my squad to they all have a day and they have to throw out a challenge. And the challenges that we have been doing are geared towards being something that can add to your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sheet. So you're already focused on your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This helps you focus on your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, check something off, but not have to think of something to do, like it's already done for you. So I'm going to go over, I'm just going to throw out some of the challenges that we have done. And I want you guys to write them down, or obviously this will be recorded and you can refer back to it. But when it comes to your social media posts, or maybe your reel, or maybe your reach outs, maybe sometimes you run out of ideas. I know I do. And I think this will help you guys trigger some stuff for the upcoming week. So one of them is, let's play the alphabet game. Reach out to 5 people with the last name starting with the letter B, as in Battaglia. Don't reach out to me, I already thrive. Can you guys hear the dog? Is he overwhelming? I do have the door shut. Is it bad? No? Okay, because it's bad on my end. I just didn't know how much you could hear. Okay, so right there, tomorrow when you wake up and you're like, I don't even know what I'm going to do today because I'm overwhelmed and the kids are late and this, that, and the other, you can be like, you know, I'm going to play the alphabet game. I'm going to do 5 reach outs to people with the last name of B. Right there is 5 reach outs, you guys. There's your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 coming together right there. Oh dear, my phone. Let me see, it shut me off. Okay. Another one, make a post sharing how you are living the Thrive life. It might be something that has to do with like, I have the energy to do this because of Thrive. It might be I'm staying calm because of Thrive. I've got extra, thank God for my Thrive, I have extra focus. This is a week where a lot of college students are moving. I know tons of my friends on Facebook are dropping their kids off today. And schools are starting back, so parents need a lot of focus. You could use this tomorrow on a Monday. Who doesn't need focus on a Monday? Who doesn't need patience on a Monday? Who doesn't need extra energy on a Monday, right? So it's just a post, which again would count towards your social media post on your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but it's specific to sharing how Thrive is showing up in your day-to-day life. Not a, hey, do you want to buy my Thrive? But oh my gosh, thank God I had this today because I wanted to chew my husband's head off. You know, something like that. Okay, here's one that I love. You're going to share a behind the scenes on your story. So a lot of times on stories, we see what people are doing, where people are going, maybe who they're with, or we see like the pre-done graphics, but there is something so fun about behind the scenes. So for example, the one I was so excited on my personal squad to see was Rhonda Glancer. She is a vet. And I was like, please show something from the office today. And sure enough, she was able to capture a little picture video with this cute little puppy that was there to get checked, and it was back in the exam room. So like you really get an idea of how her day looks to her. You see the room that she's in, you see these cute little dogs that she's with, like you see her in her scrubs. Like it just gives you a real connection to a human, more so than the perfect selfie or I spent the afternoon with my nephew today celebrating his birthday. And so I shared videos of him doing stuff, but that's good. And that tells you that I love him. And that's a little bit about me, but every now and then I will show videos of me at Fitness for You, like training clients, and I won't show their faces, or I'll share like videos of us out on the bin boss cleaning. And like, you get to see like, you know, what are we wearing? What's the weather like? Like people really get to know you. So I encourage you always in your stories to try to get as behind the scenes as possible, but for sure this week. So it could be something like making dinner at your office, running errands, show something about your day to day, not the highlight, not the beauty clip, not the perfect graphic, but just that gritty, not pretty, what you think isn't exciting. Because I can guarantee when I was excited to see Rhonda in the exam room with a puppy, she was like, whatever, I do this all day. Why would anybody care? But I thought it was awesome. So there's a lot of stuff you do during the day that you probably think is silly or stupid or mundane, but somebody else is to be like, oh, that is so cool. Like I've never been in that building before, or I never knew like that she drove for her job more, that she was in it. Like people are going to find out stuff about you. And that is where you start to know, like, and trust people. It's the non-glossy, non-exciting things. Another one that I thought was really great was, and this will take you a little bit to write down, so I'll try to slow myself. You're going to post a story about one of the 3 products, and you're going to then go through the people who like or love your story, and you're going to start a non-Thrive conversation with them. So maybe it's you making your shake in the morning. Maybe it's you putting on your DFT and talking about why you love it. Maybe it's you using your capsules and being like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. Anybody who then goes through and likes or loves or comments on it, you're going to write those names down. And then guess what those are, guys? It's got to be a reach out. You're going to start a non-Thrive conversation. So it doesn't even have to be like, oh, hey, I saw you hearted my capsule story this morning. It'd just be like, hey girl, I would go to her page or his page, see what they've been doing, and just then dive into Messenger and be like, I saw that you were at Red River Gorge over the weekend. It looked amazing. Or I saw that you were out with your nephew this weekend. It looked so much fun. How old is he now? Like, just start a non-Thrive conversation, because they've been watching some of your stuff, and now you can like boost the algorithm even more for them to be exposed to your things. Before I carry on, is this helpful? Is this giving you guys ideas of things to do this week? Is this getting your brains excited? Yes? Okay. Okay, here's one that we got this week. And let me tell you, when I got it, my stomach was like flippity floppity flah. Message one person from your chicken list. I would recommend doing that on a Monday or a Tuesday, just ripping that Band-Aid off and doing it. It says, yes, that one person you're so afraid of. Trust me, you just never know what they will say. Worst cases, they might say no. But guess what? It's also okay. But that's also to move on to the next one. So I loved that one because it was definitely something I would not have purposely done that day, but I had to because it was our challenge. Okay, just a few more here. One that I think a lot of people might forget to do, specifically pick a couple, like specifically pick 2 to 3 days this week. Put a star on your calendar, put a heart, whatever it is, it's your indicator to remind you that this is the day that on your stories, you're not only just going to show pictures or graphics, you're going to actually have the camera on your face and you're going to be talking into the camera. You're going to use your voice and let people see it. So maybe it is while you're making dinner. Maybe you can double this up with the behind the scenes one, the non-glamorous, like I'll just use Rhonda, she's not in here, but what if the puppy had peed on the counter? She could be like, oh my God, the puppy just peed on the counter, like just something, but it's your voice. And again, when people hear you, they start to feel more connected to you versus just seeing your face. I mean, just like right now on the Zoom, I'm seeing some people's faces, I'm seeing some people's picture, and I'm seeing some people's name. Who do you think I'm looking at when I start talking? I'm looking at the people who I actually see their video, right? Like I just automatically will feel more connected to those people because they're on the video with me. So it's the same thing when someone's flipping through your stories. If you start talk, it's very easy to flip through someone's story when it's just a bunch of pictures, right? I mean, I do it all the time. I'm like, da, da, da. But if they're talking, I stop and listen. Like, what are they talking about? What are they saying? Couple more, hang with me. Find a story on the Lavelle fan page and send it to 3 people in Messenger. That'd be a great thing to do on Thursday, Thriver Thursday. You could, in your mind, it could be Thriver Thursday, but in the Messenger, it could be like, hey, Sally, I know you're a teacher and school is getting fired back up and you're super overwhelmed. And I was scrolling through the Facebook and I saw a story about this lady and it reminded me of you. And you can send it to Sally, right? She doesn't have to know it's Thriver Thursday and that's why you're triggered to do it, but you've now shared that story. Let's see, I know there was another one. I got one more. Oh, do a reel, REEL, or TikTok, using the topic of one of your 5s. So we talk a lot about the 5s list here. Dog, for me, dog mom, gardener, small business owner, wife, and I'm not in my office where my little thing is, so of course I can't remember it now. Travel. So I would do a reel about one of those 5s. And so you guys should have your 5s list. What are the 5 things that are you? Like when people think of you, what do you want them to know about you right away? Maybe you have, again, I'm going to look at the people who are like, Shantae is obviously a hairstylist. She's working right now while we're on a Zoom, God love her. Sonia is a Harley girl. Like, so they're going to share that stuff. Lisa is a crafty cook, you name it. She can do things, right? So that's part of their fives. Those are the things that they're known for. So they could much easier do a reel. And I will tell you, when you stick to your fives for your reels, it does make it easier because you probably already have maybe some video. Like whenever I'm like, what am I gonna make a reel about? And I'm like, oh, I took videos of my flower garden yesterday. I have a ton of reels about my flowers in my garden, but you guys, that's me. It's easy for me to post about, talk about, create something about, and it is part of my fives. Sonia says, should this be Thrive related or about anything? Which thing was that? I'm sorry. The 2 to 3. Oh, it can be about anything. Yeah, when you're talking in your stories about anything. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I'm trying to think what I did the other day. I was talking in my stories by, like, you know how there's like, I call them slides. I don't really like when you click through. The first 2, I was actually talking about my day and what had been going on. And then the last 2, I slipped in, here's what comes in a Thrive sample, and I have 4 to pass out. So I kind of mixed it both ways. But again, people go to your stories to learn about you. Like, what are you like? What are you doing? So I think the more you talk on your stories just about your life in general, the better. Lisa says our Ed Milet quote. Yeah. People respond to energy much more than they do words. They respond to what they feel, not what they hear or see. Hearing and seeing are real low-level influences. Energy, spirit, transfer of energy is what people respond to. So case in point, if I got on here tonight and I was like, hey guys, let's plan our week. That's a whole other video, right? I don't even want to watch it. I don't want to be part of it. So people will pick up on that. So again, like she's saying, if you just have a picture of you smiling, that's great. I mean, I love a great selfie. I love when I'm like, dang, that's a pretty good picture of me. But when somebody is talking or moving or what, like, that's why reels are so popular, because people were dancing and moving. And even though they were lip syncing in them, it was like the energy of that song or that clip. That's what got so much attention early on. So that's why I think speaking is so important when you're in your stories. Okay, let's talk real quick. So we do have an auto ship. Now both dogs are barking and they're just ridiculous. I gave them a treat with coconut oil in it. They are safely in their kennels. They're just, Diesel likes to howl. Okay, so let's go back to our cloud. This time we are going to go into the menu. We want that whole drop down menu with all the options, because you're going to go to the My Team, and then you're going to click My Customers. At the very top where it says customer number, customer name, email, you're going to scroll all the way to the far right, and it's going to say next auto ship. Click that box twice. And I want you to look for anybody that has an August 15th or even August 5th, yeah, or 20th. I had to think there for a minute. August 15th or August 20th auto ship, and we're going to write their names. Well, first of all, if it says August 15th, just be done with me. Come back for the recording on YouTube. Go talk to these people right now. Ask them how their weekend's been. Hey, by the way, you're on my auto ship list for tomorrow. Are we sticking with chocolate, or did you want to mix things up this month? Like, be real simple and quick about it, because you don't have much time. And I would encourage you, if you've waited this late to contact somebody about making a connection before auto ship, if you have their cell phone, which you should, or hopefully you do at this point, because we're really pushing for that, text them. Don't Facebook message them. Don't email them. Text them. Because how are you on a Sunday night when you have a lot going on? If I hear the ding of Messenger and the ding of this, but if I hear my phone ring or text, I'm like, ooh, somebody might need me. And I will check a text way before I'll check Messenger. So it's kind of a Mayday. It's 7:20 p.m. here Eastern. So you don't have that much time to connect to them to be like, hey, that auto ship's coming out. Nobody wants a bill that they're not prepared for. If you have names that show 820, an auto ship for 820, go ahead and write their name down on your blank 54321 or your notebook, or however you do it. I don't know, can you see? Yeah, on your blank for tomorrow, because tomorrow is the 15th. And if you start talking to people on the 15th who have an auto ship coming out on the 20th, you're golden. Also, don't forget, like, let's just go through a scenario. Let's say that you're going to reach out to somebody in the next 20 minutes and they have an auto ship tomorrow, and they're like, oh gosh, we just dropped my daughter off at her dorm, and I don't know, I can't even think about it, just cancel it. What do you do instead of that? You say, hey, no worries, let's log in and push the date to the 20th or the 25th, so you have time to think about it. instead of missing a whole month because you're starting a new chapter, right? You just dropped your kid off at school. We got to keep you thriving so you feel good. So just take away the panic for them and for you, knowing that we can push things back. It's not a do or die. It's a now or later, right? So keep that in mind when you're talking to people about their auto ships. You never know. Like somebody could have ran over a nail and had to get new tires this weekend. Somebody's kid could have been in a fender bender. Somebody could have just got engaged. Now they realize they've got a $20,000 event to plan. Like people have all kinds of things coming at them all day long. So if someone panics and like, I can't afford it this month, or, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? A, we can edit items, right? B, we can edit dates. So you are there to walk people through and keep them calm and help them take care of themselves, because most humans, especially women, will put themselves at the bottom of the list if it's self-care, and nutrition is self-care. So it's your job to keep them focused on that. You guys have any feedback for me about those daily challenges? Do you like that? Would you like more of that on Sundays? Did you like having ideas of things to work towards? Because I love Sunday because I love thinking ahead for the week. Because for me, it just helps, because then as I'm filling in my, detailed calendar where I got to be every 30 minutes, I like being able to look like, okay, Monday's challenges, I'm going to talk on my story today. Like, I don't know. It just helps me stay on course. So I just wanted to start sharing that with you guys. If you like it, if it's not, I always fly by the seat of my pants, but this does help me look ahead. Oh, okay. Love it. All right, good. So I will start bringing more of that, to Sundays so that you guys can have some, like when you're writing a story, it's like, your talking points, or your, like, I don't know, the sentence that kicks the whole conversation off, whatever that is. I don't know, I'm not an English major. But I like that. So like, cause I know we've talked about like Motivation Monday, but now I've specifically said what to do on Motivation Monday, right? Or whatever day, like Thriver Thursday, that's the day you're going to reach out to 3 people. So, I was just reading chat. Okay. So I hope you like it. I hope that was helpful. I know it's a little shorter, but I feel like I gave you a lot of stuff. If you are not exactly like, if there was a challenge I threw out and you're like, I didn't hear the last half, you can send me a message and I'll fill you in. Otherwise, this will all be on the YouTube, obviously. And you guys, those of you with teams, and a team is even one promoter, like if you wrote down that tomorrow you were going to talk in your story about your 5s, about one of your 5s, you could be like, hey, Sonia, I'm doing a challenge tomorrow where I'm going to be talking in my stories about riding my motorcycle. I think you should, do you want to take the challenge too? You could talk about planting your flowers or whatever. I'm just making crap up, as you know. But pass these things down to your team, right? Like, you guys showed up. I love it. I appreciate it. People will be watching the recording. I love it. I appreciate it. But I would much rather see it trickle down to everyone in your teams. Because if you have trouble thinking of what to do and coming up with something, they do, because they don't even know how to get on a Zoom, right? So trickle this down, like let people know, hey, I did this week, or I'm planning on doing this Wednesday. Do you want to do it with me? One of the best things that ever happened to me, I was giving Taryn her back to school cut. Oh, good luck with back to school. I know it's a lot. One of the best things that ever helped me, I was in a real funk one day, and Sandra Delbeck said, let's set a timer and let's make a little game. How many reach outs can you get done in the next 30 minutes? So we both were like, okay, bye. And we hung up, we set a timer, and when we like, suddenly I was there. Oh, Jacqueline wrote down. Wow, thank you. She wrote down the challenges that I routed off for you guys. So hopefully you can see that. And I encourage you, if you can see that right now and you want to see it, you need to copy it and say, I need to do it too while I'm talking, just in case someone's like, hey, did you get, oh, I can't, I'm on my laptop. All right, well, I haven't, but whatever. But save that, because when I share this on a YouTube, that doesn't go with it. What was I saying? Oh, so we like set a timer and we just did something very focused. It wasn't like the whole big picture, that whole thing where you kind of get overwhelmed. It was like, okay, nothing for the next 30 minutes, but reach outs. So to me, when it's time to do, a post and you're like, I don't know what to do. Tammy said, do a post about this, then it's just so much easier. So anyway, I'm going to try to bring more and more and more. I can send it to you in oh, thank you. I'm going to try to do it more and more to help you guys, and because it helps me. So please know, when I help you, it's just really honestly to help me also. So anyway, thank you. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you're ready for a great, yes, we can add the list to boards. Lisa, you're a freaking genius. I forget about boards. I'm ashamed to say it, but I forget. I get overwhelmed with all the other things. Oh, one last thing really quickly. If you are in my downline, our detox group starts tomorrow. And if you were in the group before and you're just assuming you're still in it, you're not. Everyone got taken out because we start fresh. So if you need added back to that group, let me know. I've been posting in there the last 4 or 5 days. So if you haven't seen them, you're not in there. Now I'm going to put this on YouTube. Bye, guys.